Okay, so this video is going to be on a few things. First of all, I want you to go to a website called BIM Object. And so we'll type on the main one here. So the first thing that you want to do is create a profile. So you're going to have to log in and create one. At the beginning, we right here there's it asks you what software you're using, so that's kind of confusing, and then you can search for whatever you want. So I don't know, you want a table, you can make sure this is at Revit table, so you're just gonna pick one. I don't know, let's pick from this collection here. So then when you click download, you're going to be prompted for what software. So this selects as all, and then you just deselect all, and you can either press on Revit or you can deselect and select and then just choose one. We don't know, well, actually this is the RFA1, so that might be the easiest to work with. And once you've downloaded it, you can look in that folder. And this is not zipped. Sometimes they come in zipped, so you would have to unzip them. But essentially you want to copy it, and then maybe you want to put it on your desktop. I've created a folder on my desktop that says BIM Objects, and so I can just paste it there. Okay, so we'll just remember it's there. And that's about it for the website. I have just thrown some stuff kind of randomly in here. So if we wanted to place that table, this part I have not perfected, but you could try doing a component. So placing a component. So that was architecture tab, component. And then you can load family from there. Let's see if this works. So desktop. BIM objects, and that was the circular table here, and we can just put it in a lot smaller than we thought it was going to be, and you can place it. It asks where you want to put it, so you might want to change that to first floor, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, so some of them are floating, so that's kind of a thing. So you can see that the tables are floating. So I just brought in a lot of things. They look like they're placed, but they weren't. So if I click on an object, it says second floor. So we want to change that to first floor, and then hit apply. And now it's going to stay on there. You can drag it to wherever you want. So originally I thought I was putting it in the corner. Now I brought in a light, so I wanted the light over the table, so I clicked on that, and instead of having that on the first floor, I put it on the second floor, and that seems to work. Now since I've done that, a lot of other things have ended up on the wrong floor, so you can just change that level and hit apply, and then you can move it however you want. Okay, painting. So I wanted to change the colors of the walls. You can tell that I have no style. But let's say that you wanted to change this wall to, I don't know, make it red. So if you go under modify, there's something that you haven't noticed before, but this is paint. And you can select, so let's say we wanted this red wall to be purple. You can click on the purple, and that changes it to be purple. If you wanted the purple wall to be orange, you could click on that. Now it's not as simple as that. At the beginning you're just going to have one paint color. So now what you want to do is go to manage and click on materials. So if you type paint at the top, you can see that I have a whole bunch of paints, but you're not going to have that. So you're going to have to do a right click on the object, duplicate it, and then let's say that you wanted this one to be, what don't I have? Yellow. So you named it yellow, but it's not yellow. So you have to go here and you have to click, and then you find the yellow that you want and hit apply. So then when you click OK, now when you go to modify, click on paint, open up paint. Now you've got your materials here, and I believe that this is the one we created. So it says yellow, and now you can click and paint things. So that's painting. You can also do paint the floor. So if you want to change that to oak, you can change that to oak. You could probably change anything. It's a little harder to change these desks and stuff like that. So number one, you're going to go to BIM object. You're going to sign up for an account. You're going to try downloading them. You're going to try to store those in a folder on your desktop, possibly called BIM objects. You're going to try to change colors of your walls or paint stuff. And that, if I was to do that again, was under modify, and it's paint, and I guess remove paint as well. And to change the colors of, or to add colors to your paint, you would go to manage and you click on materials, and in the materials you can find the paints, and to add a color you would duplicate the materials and assets, and then you would pick a color that you want. And there's lots of different ones. So if you wanted to add a color that would be more wall color, I don't even know what that one would be called. So there's a little bit less purple. You can click on anything you want. You can type in the colors you want. Say if you had the paint colors for your home wall or whatever, you could figure them out. And once you have that, then you click OK and OK, and you will bring out the paints which were under modify. And then you can have at it. So you just select your color and start changing. I happen to change that to the same color. I think that's it. It's a little bit trickier to change the color of the material of a table, and I might make a separate video on that. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And when you're handing in your project, of course, I would like you to maybe render. So hit render. Make sure that you have the highest setting here for realistic. And you can play around with all the different exposure types to make it lighter or darker. And hit render, and it'll make it look a little bit better, so that when you hand it in, it looks a little more professional. Okay, so hopefully that works for you. Good luck, have fun.